So let's get it going.
What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown LMT, and I'm here with my co-host,
Mikey Fever.
and this is a New Yorker's
Focus
perspective.
perspective.
We have the brother King Samir in the building with us today.
Salute.
This is episode what, 14 or 15, something like that.
One of those numbers. We just know we're here. We got a legend.
Exactly. We're here. We have the brother King Samir. I know the brother King Samir from the new Black Panther Party. When I soldiered with Shaka Shakur, Sister
Yeah.
Khadijah, Brother Hannibal in 2006, seven, something like that. Seven, eight, no, 7 or 8, something like that. 2006, 7, 8, one of those years. I soldiered with Brother Shaka Shakur, Khadijah, Hannibal. We used to go to Trenton with Brother Divine Allah, and we would kind of like cross paths. Me and King Samir. The brother was always spitting flames as usual, and I admire the brother for focusing on our people and our people's mental condition and issues in general, and being passionate and putting his life on the line for the people. So I salute him, salute soldier.
Bro.
I would like to open up with your history. Let's talk about your history. Who's King Samir and where are you from?
Well, uh, who am I? I'm a retributionary. That's a whole different class. That's a whole different status. Very few revolutionaries can use the term retributionary. I am the man who single-handedly pissed off the United States president, George W. Bush, gave this a nightmare so much that he sued me and lost. First revolutionary in history to be sued by a United States president.
Real.
I am the second retributionary with the name on the United States Senate floor, voted against 98-2, ousted by the United States government.
Wow. I never knew that.
It's deep, man.
I am the retributionary who was spoke for by the so-called first black president in the United States of America, Barack No Drama Obama.
That's real.
I am a student, one of the last students holding the line and carrying the burning flag of Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
Rest in peace.
I am the founder of the Khalid Muhammad militia. I am the poster boy, was the poster boy. I hate that term, but for the sake of conversation, I was the poster boy. I was the face of Black Power for the new Black Panther Party.
He was. I remember. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not being arrogant nor egotistical. I'm giving you facts. You asked, who am I? I'm just a young black man, straight out of Trenton, New Jersey, man. Between Trenton and Philly. But I've been all over the world. So I'm very well rounded with many cultures. of us. I don't have any remorse, respect, honor, glory, praise for any white face on the planet Earth. And if the decide to live on the moon, I hate them. I didn't come to play no games tonight, because there's an understanding that needs to be understood. And if we look in 2023, we are at war. There is no ifs, ands, or goddamn buts about it. The entire black race is at war. Now the question is, do you realize you at war? The question is, who are we at war with? The question is, why are we at war? And these are some of the things, comrades, that we have to understand. We have to ask these questions because we're too loose booty today. Our brains are dirty as hell today. So we need a brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
There must be a cleansing today. Black people have to be forced into understanding, and not just understanding, acknowledging the culture of themselves.
You said forced.
Forced. Because if it's easy for a young 12-year-old child to get up on a stage or get out in public and shake her behind before the entire world, God damn it, we need to be forced.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point we're too far gone to try to teach people and cultivate people through talking to them. It's, imagine trying to do that in this day and time.
Let me tell you what Dr. Khalid said. In one of his speeches, he talked about going on stage with his black belt and an army of men with black belts. Remember when Luke was prominent in his time? He was talking about going to Florida and whipping some behind. Whip them sisters right off that damn stage. And then whip the hell out of Luke for exploiting black women on stage. Nobody questions that today.
Right.
You
know how many leaks we have out here now?
Come on, man.
We have
nobody questions that today. And now we don't even need Uncle Luke.
The machine does it for them.
It's become a culture.
It's become a culture.
That's a fact. Let a shout off, Ron. If you got the machine going, let a
shout off. I wish I had the machine going.
It's what he's saying, because
man,
we need to reprogram our minds. Because to add on to what he's saying, colonialization did a great job on our people. Now I call it the self-cleaning oven method, because now we just doing it ourselves.
Go ahead.
You don't need a white man behind you no more.
Go ahead.
Prime example of what he said. Our people gotta understand when we are at war, and it's not. I'm not here to quote unquote make a riff, but they gotta understand what the diasporas that we have in. You see the divide and conquer right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
You look like me, but your mind is thinking something else. We're not on the same page because we're different by culture and language. But again, that's accredited to your oppressors. But you may continue, Kings of Me. My bad, brother. You may continue.
Treason is the #1 crime of black people, man. Amongst ourselves. Treason comes in many forms. And the sad part, those who are claiming to be conscious, those who are claiming to be of the 5% nation of gods and earths, those who are claiming the bean pie and the bow tie, those who are claiming Israel, those who are claiming Islam, those who are claiming more, those who are claiming African spirituality. Some of the biggest treasonous.
Okay,
Are you
explain,
listening?
explain why. Explain why.
Are you listening to what I'm saying to you? Some of the biggest committers of treason. And I'm going to talk about goddamn no light polite. Treason.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to talk about goddamn young Pharaoh. Treason. But these are the Negro bootlicking y'all follow. You send your money to. Like this goddamn Pastor Pigfoot or somebody. And then when they commit treason, you looking crazy.
Exactly.
But now you become a defense attorney for a treasonous.
I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to ask. See, I don't really know much about what's his name?
Pharaoh?
Young Pharaoh. So what treasonous act did he commit? I don't really know. I know Poor Light, who I call Poor Light. But what about
let me make this clear for you. Anybody who has the audacity to come before the world and try to discredit the works, and even though I don't agree with everything that comes out of the mouth of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, but any black man who comes before white folks and try to discredit the works of our great ones, that's treason.
I agree with that.
That is right there. Not to get off,
blank, period.
Period.
Not to get off topic. The brother's energy right now.
And we have to understand, and this goes back, comrades, to understanding why and who we are at war with. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull out the good book for you. Message to the Warriors by Mwalimu Baruti. If you do not have this book and you call yourself a warrior, you call yourself a revolutionary, you walk around talking about you'll die for the revolution, you'll die, you'll kill for our people to be free. First of all, you a damn lie. But if you do not have this book in your entourage, something is wrong. Something is wrong. You should have every book in your library by Baba Baruti. Every one of them. Baba says, in order to solve a problem, you have to know its source. We have a problem. Our problem is menticide. Our problem is post-traumatic psychological slavery syndrome.
People would disagree with that.
We find it so comfortable to be a slave.
Yes, sir. But people would disagree with the fact that we suffer from post-traumatic
psychological slavery syndrome.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad they do. Bring it on.
Because they say that was slavery was years ago, hundreds of years ago. So it doesn't have an effect on us today, which is completely stupid. But yeah, they would disagree with that. But how would you rebuttal Oh, that was 100 years ago. That was hundreds of years ago. Uh, we're moving forward now. Now we have all of this freedom. We can do whatever we want. We could start podcasts. We could start businesses. We could do whatever we want now. We could. What do you say to those people?
I love those folks. See, this is when you're programmed.
Mm-hmm.
You are programmed. Dr. Khalid teaches us about proper propaganda and improper propaganda. Menticide is caused by improper propaganda. We have generations of children coming through the wombs of slaves who have learned nothing in their life but improper propaganda. So when, like I said earlier, when it's easy for a young girl to get out in the street and just start shaking her behind, she has been taught improper propaganda. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "You want to if you put a clean glass next to a dirty glass, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You would see that of which you would drink." So our psychological issue today lies from the hands of improper propaganda. Baba said, to state the obvious, our problem lies in how we see ourselves. We see ourselves as a powerless, inept, unoriginal people, whether it is in fact true or not, and it is not, and we act accordingly. Now, this neither negates nor denies the root cause, European aggression, systematic exploitation, and planned genocidal destruction. Need I say more?
Nope. But that when he said that planned genocide.
Read the Protocols of Zion. It is a protocol on how they are going to move, not are going, how they have been moving on the Black community psychologically. Did you know welfare was created, wasn't created for poor people? It was created as a stress test. To see exactly how classes of people would raise their living conditions, whether they remained at the bottom or whether they used that little bit of stipend. You understand what I'm saying? And make something happen. But according to the Protocols of Zion, that was not the case. It was a test on the Black community. But what they didn't realize, you got more poor. Do I need to start naming Brett Favre and some more rich who getting welfare checks?
Hmm.
Come on now.
The zip code for the Hamptons, Long Island, has the highest welfare rates up there.
Really?
One zip code in the Hamptons, yes. I have people that work for HRA, and they tell me that. The Hamptons. Exactly.
We wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for white folks. Let's just make it plain and simple. We're not going to dilly-dally and beat around the roses with this. Our condition, mentally, physically, and spiritually, financially, nutritionally, we can name them, is all due to white folks. if it was not for them being so damn rebellious by nature. What does that mean? This means they are naturally doers of evil. So we cannot continue to expect any good out of those who are naturally made to do what? Evil. This is not racism. This is, if you want to really talk about it, this is a scientific fact.
So white people naturally are evil, and this is a scientific fact. What can you back that claim up with?
Let's go to their behavior.
History.
I live in the woods, and every single day I walk my land and I look at these big, humongous pine trees. And sometimes, man, I wonder which one of my aunts, which one of my uncles, which one of my relatives was hung on one of these trees. But we can go on and how they used to use our children as alligator bait. How they used to tar and feather black babies and make them walk around the plantation like chickens. How they used to tie black women to 4 horses and shoot a gun in the air and rip the black woman apart. And if she was pregnant, they would stomp, they would cut her open, take the baby out and stomp the embryo into the ground. I'm not even going to talk about what they used to do to the man. Because I think y'all can pretty much see where I'm going with this.
Yep.
I understand. I could relate to what you're saying, because the same thing took place in the islands. My family's from Haiti, so we already know what they have done over there to our people. Yeah. A lot of buck breaking. You know, that in Jamaica, they were doing a lot of buck breaking to the men. Yeah.
Jamaica was the buck breaking capital.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
The capital. Yes, Goree Island and all of those plantations were, you know, a mess. But hell, look at the ghettos of America today. Look at the projects in America today. Another stress test by the protocols of Zion. Cabrini Green and all of these projects all over America was a stress test. And you wonder why it's so much degeneracy and filth and decadence and just death and destruction among us. In the public school system, the white man made sure he took out agriculture, the science of financing, the science of breeding, and the science of military warfare. And gave you Christopher Columbus. And after a little while, he let you have a little bit of Harriet Tubman and a little bit of Malcolm. Oh, but you're going to learn about this George Washington today. You're going to learn about Alexander Graham Bell today.
Speak on it.
Huh? You're going to learn about Benjamin Franklin today. You're going to learn about this great white man today.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put so much improper propaganda out in your brain that you will love nothing about yourself. You will see nothing good in you. This is why it's so easy for us to murder one another. We don't see the God in one another. We don't see the goddess in one another. We see a nobody.
Exactly.
A op.
That's a new word.
That's the word, yeah.
Ain't that what they say in the streets now? You a op.
You're an op.
Huh? But look at how we see one another. I don't see none of these Negroes telling the white man you a op.
Yeah.
We ride by and kill the whole damn block. And we walk through the neighborhood and just fantasize. God damn it, that's the block we should be riding through. See, we don't understand war. We think war is banging on one another. That is our demise. So, as the white man is cloning, we still clowning. And it's comfortable to be a clown today. It's easy to be a clown today. Look at all these wannabe Facebook comedians. Now, if you noticed, every single one of them has dressed up as a woman. So let's talk about that improper propaganda.
Well, hold on. So the YouTube, not the YouTube, the Facebook and the social media comedian people put on dresses and wigs and all that.
As they say, a feminization of the black man. That's what he's referred. That's what he's implying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has happened. It's true.
I see him every day, bro. And it's baffling to me. But I had to understand. We think it's okay to be gay. So it's easy to put on a wig, some high heels, and a person, make somebody laugh. Because we have been taught that's the way. That's the way a man should be. In a dress. A man should be the star of Cinderella. And we have accepted that death. So it's comfortable to be of the Transformer posse. But a lot of black men today would rather be a part of that than fight this goddamn for their own freedom and independence, man. We are doomed people. But we got the remedy for your ailments. You listening to this podcast right now, this is a remedy for your sickness. Boy, and it's a harsh one, ain't it? But that's what it needs, because your disease needs an ass whooping. Your mental side needs an ass whooping.
Tough love.
NyQuil don't taste good. Castor oil damn sure don't taste good. But it relieves you, doesn't it? Gives you just a little bit of New York perspective. This is how I see it. And I stand on the legacy of warriors who gave their blood. Because there is no way out. You're not going to vote your way out of this. You're not going to sing your way out of this. You're not going to do 25 revolutionaries, Black Power poems out of this. Because that ain't going to stop this from putting a bullet in your damn head. We got to fight. There is no other option. We tried everything else. Haven't we?
One thing we haven't tried. Ready?
Go ahead.
Unity, working together as a collective. That means boards, 5%.
Now the question becomes: do we see that happening?
Egos will be the downfall. A lot of them have egos.
It's because of the mental side, like the brother said.
Yeah.
It starts in the mind first. Yeah. Everybody who claims to be these different names and groups and such, we need to, there's a reprogramming that really has to happen, and not just by what you say out of your mouth.
It's through action.
It's through action. It's through habit.
Let me say this. In this so-called community, do you realize we do more banging on each other than the actual gangbangers?
That's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people debate. Exactly. All they do is debate doctrine and theology.
Listen, man. And I've sat down with Blood. I've sat down with Crip. I've sat down with the Kings. I've sat down with 13s. I mean, brother, and I've sat down with those who claim to be a part of this so-called movement. That's and right. It's crazy because at least the bangers have real concrete founded reasons on why they're not ready to unite on certain things. They lost family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They lost comrades. We ain't lose a damn thing but your EBT card.
He's right. He's right. He's right.
And we just banging. Oh, our truth is better, and we just so worried about who the damn best vegan is, and who locks is the longest, and who got the prettiest unk around their damn waist beads, and all this damn foolishness.
That's a fact.
Now you worried about Will and Jada. You Negroes are crazy and sick as hell.
Lost.
Yo, why are we even talking about Jada and Will? Like, if you're conscious, right? Why is that so much of a concern in your mind? Like,
because these are programmed.
Yep, talk about it. Watching Housewives and stupid
America reality. Is falling, and these sleep treasonous are chasing America, bruh.
Mm-hmm. They worry about UFOs. Talking about UFOs and stuff. I'm like, there's war.
They're not even worried about UFOs. They're not even worried about that. At least I can give you a little credit if you dig?
Yeah.
Y'all worried about who Dr. Umar. Excuse my language. But it is what it is.
It's true.
We worried about the wrong mess all the damn time, and no wonder we still in this wretched behind condition.
That's right.
Because the woke ones is still asleep.
That's a fact.
And that's ironic.
It became a trend to be woke. They do it because it's trendy, but they don't live by it.
Go
It's a
ahead.
trend.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah, it is.
I've been in this almost 40 years of my life, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched people come. I've watched these lazy, no good for nothing, scared behind nevolutionaries go. And I've seen so much. And it hurts because I've seen. I watched it. And here we are today. And it's almost like I feel like I'm the last man standing that's standing on truth, regardless to whom or what. I don't care if none of y'all like me. Don't give a damn. I'm going to fight this with you or without you. I have a target tattooed right in the middle of my forehead, a bullseye. Everything that I do, there's a scientific reasoning. When I said my word is bond and bond is life, and I will give my life if my word shall fail. See, I understood that. Study and make action. I understood that. And I haven't failed you. That's the principle I stand on. So I don't need no damn body. This is my Quran, my Bible, my history. And I swam my 9,000 miles a long time ago. But now I find myself swimming back to save those who don't even want to be goddamn saved. Because they love treason. They love being a slave. It's no responsibility and no accountability in being a slave.
Facts.
But the moment you talk about freedom out of your mouth, you're held accountable. There is a responsibility. There is a duty that civilized man must perform.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, we got to put our head on that table and feel that cold steel on our necks. Woo!
He's on it. It's a fact. What he's saying is true. And this is, I think.
So there's a long list.
Mm-hmm.
Line up. Line your asses up. Because not only do we have to deal with this damn, we got to deal with the damn in front of the.
He's far more dangerous.
We got to deal with the treasonous, man. We got to deal with the bootlickers, man.
Collaborators.
And some of you so-called woke ones are the biggest bootlickers among us. Your African-centeredness is a gay reality. Everybody just want to be gay today. And now you try to intertwine, intermingle the ideology, the life, and the destiny of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey into some into some transforming ideology, or as you call the transgender way. Let me say this: to hell with the transgender way. I said it, damn it, and we're gonna make it plain today. You cannot be for the so-called revolution and the African revolution at the same goddamn time. Pick a side, chump. Be no damn gay running around here talking black power, and you in the corner sucking on some damn wood. It just don't add up. And we're not gonna play with this. I've had people have their goddamn neck blown out standing next to me. People have lost their lives for the sake and the struggle of African liberation. God damn it, how dare you? Bringing some damn movement when it need to be moved on and move the hell out of the way.
So you see that in the movement? You see like
every single day.
He's not lying.
Seriously? I've never
He's not
seen
lying. He's not lying.
I see these with the RBG flag and the damn rainbow flag intertwined with one another.
He's not lying.
He's
not lying.
Do you know? Listen. Do you know there is a Negro running around here doing lectures calling himself the gay Malcolm X, bruh?
What?
Do y'all hear what I'm saying to you?
Time out, man.
And this is what I'm talking about. We have allowed so much damn treason.
What?
No wonder the white man is laughing. These ain't gonna fight nothing. You can walk through my town in all your black BDUs screaming black power with your guns all day. You ain't shooting nobody.
In fact,
You ain't even spit on no.
That's true.
We gotta stop playing with this, man. We allowed it to happen because we don't understand we're at war. We're the ones being moved on every single day. Do I need to name the names? I don't think I do, because we'll be here till next week, maybe next year. But the reality is this. If you don't know your enemy, you don't know why you're fighting. And in war, listen to me carefully. In fact, write this down so you don't ever forget it. In war, there are no civilians. Everyone is held accountable. I don't give a damn if she's 102 years old. Everybody got a job to do. You may not be a frontliner, but you got a responsibility in this war. The soldiers need to eat. We need our wounds taken care of. We need places to hide and make maneuvers and make strategies. There are no civilians in war because everybody has a place in this war. Don't care if your baby was just born yesterday. You better teach that child how to throw a diaper. But we are at war. There is no more walking around here just fantasizing. When you walk out of your door, damn it, you on the battlefield. And you got to move accordingly. You have to act accordingly. Walking around here with some damn flip-flops on. Some damn pajamas on. Because you still sleep, fool. You in war sleep. We are crazy people, man.
I just
Questions, G. Let's go. Let's go.
I just wanted to let you just go. You know what I mean? Just build. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense if you're in a flow for me to cut you off. I just break in every now and again, just to make a point real quick or ask a question. But when you're cooking up, I have nothing to say, brother. When it's flowing, there's no reason to interrupt somebody when they're talking, when they're flowing.
He dropped some gems. He gave us an earful. He gave us a lot of. Listen, it vibrated heavy, and as I kept trying to say, is that it gave me a Khalid feeling. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I was about to ask you. I was about to ask you. Did you learn from Khalid how to speak, or did you?
Yes, sir.
Well,
I won't say how to speak, but I learned the savviness in equating thought process and making it make sense.
Well, the way you articulate your points, right? When you make a point, you make it entertaining, interesting because of the way you bring your voice level up and bring it down, bring it up, bring it down. The way you articulate yourself like a real speaker, like someone on
orator. You're a good orator. Like it's like.
So how did you learn how to do that?
Well, I'm an MC.
Okay.
You dig? I'm an MC. But it comes from growth and development. I learned from my elders. I learned from Garvey. I learned from Selassie. I learned from Malcolm. I learned from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I learned from Minister Farrakhan. I learned from Dr. Khalid. And I watch how even Huey and George, I watch how they just chop people to pieces quickly. But I also had to realize that comes from studying. You cannot be a revolutionary. You cannot be a liberationary, whatever you want to call yourself. You cannot do this work ignorant.
All right, let me ask you a quick question. So
go ahead.
I noticed you mentioned Garvey first and then Selassie. Are you of West Indian descent?
My father is, yes, sir. My father is from Spanish Town, Jamaica.
Gotcha.
So I have the rebel in me naturally. And I wasn't always conscious. Man, I was one of the biggest pork eating in America. I believed in America because I was part of that improper propaganda protocol.
Yeah.
Until I swam my 9,000 miles, G.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
I had white women all over my wall. Wanted a white wife. I just wanted to be white.
Mm.
The biggest Oreo you could possibly find in the hood. Me.
Mm.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Huh? But I have a lot of people to thank for that.
Mm-hmm.
Name some of them.
I'm going to name someone y'all don't know, never heard of in your life. A good friend of mine in high school named Jesse X. Jesse X was a brother who would sit at the lunch table, and at our table, you know, we was the crack joke table. But you know, there's always that one super serious person. That was Jesse X. This dude will always Malcolm X me to death. Mind you, I said just a few seconds ago, I was a bruh. I had no idea who Malcolm X was, but all I knew, and I said to Jesse, if you talk about this dude Malcolm one more time, me and you gonna fight. But that was my homie, you know what I'm saying? And I was ignorant. And he just kept at me, bro. He kept at me. He kept at me. Till one day, I was sitting at the lunch table, and pork roll was my favorite. So I ate everybody's pork roll sandwich at the lunch table. Was sick as hell for like 4 days. Came back to school. Jesse Malcolm and me to death about pork. So on that particular day, he said, man, listen, come to my house. Come to my house today. I got something I want to show you. So he pulled out this book on Malcolm. Malcolm X's greatest speeches. I read a few pages. And that kind of was like, wow. It wowed me. So I went home that night. And we had remember the old Britannica encyclopedias?
Yes, sir.
Well, we had A to Z, and they was dusty as hell, never been touched in the history of my house until this particular night. I remember it like it happened this morning. The Where's the Beef commercial came on. And I was laying on my bed. And all of a sudden, the ancestors, which I didn't know nothing about at the time, but a spirit hit me. It said, get up, go get the S encyclopedia and start reading. Now, funny how this particular S encyclopedia was all about slavery. And I read this encyclopedia from cover to cover in one night. Went back to school the very next day. Quiet as a mouse. Because what I read had completely changed my life and I did not even realize it yet. But I can honestly say it put a spark of fire in me. Reading about what the white man done to our people, man. the atrocity side. I'm not talking about Roots and the hell with all that. Roots was a damn glorified version of our pain.
I like how
I
you
said it.
I like how you put that.
It's a fact what he said. It is. It's a Disney movie to me about slavery.
So, as time went on, so many things and experiences have changed. And man, I went through so many changes, not realizing I'm searching for me until I got that supreme wisdom and read about the glorious tribe of Shabazz. Read that the original man is the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization, all civilizations, the God of the universe. It gets no greater than that. So my search was over. This is who I am. But I had to take it a step further. Because, see, growing up in consciousness, I said if I was born early enough to be of conscious mind in the 60s, there was two places I would have been, or one of the other. That was the Nation of Islam or the Black Panther Party. My consciousness, my training, my life, my sacrifice, my death came through the nation. It's a long history with that.
The Nation of Islam.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is how I met and became a student of Dr. Khalid.
And you became a student of Dr. Khalid. In which state?
He took me under his wing.
He took you under his wing.
Yes, sir. At Westchester University in Pennsylvania. He spoke there, and I was on post. And before the lecture actually started, he came and walked past me. And we just connected. It was just like a magnetism. And he said to me, he said, "Brother, what's your name?" I said, "Brother Samir, sir." He said, "Come with me." And I said to him, "Well, I have to report in to the officer of the day who put me on this post before I leave my post." He said, "Wow, I like that." He said, "Who's your officer of the day?" So I told him, "Brother such and such, Captain Lieutenant such and such." He went. I was relieved of my post, and I was with Dr. Khalid for the rest of the night. And he said to me, he said, "Brother, I'm taking you under my wing. You're going to roll with me." And so much has happened with him and I throughout the years. You know, there was times, man, he would pop in Philly unannounced, no security, no nothing. And I would catch him. And I would stop everything I'm doing to secure his life.
Yes, sir. So I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I want to talk about your experience with Khalid Muhammad. He took you under his wing, which means there was some particular study format you brothers followed, or how did that go? I mean, to have, I would have loved to been under someone like Khalid's wing, what is that experience like?
That's a fact.
It's like a student, teacher, father, son, big brother, little brother.
Mm. So this is every day
Um, Not so much of every day,
because he was busy.
but very often, through phone. Like I said, he would always pop up in Philly, because see what y'all don't realize, Dr. Khalid had a very strong revolutionary mind. He was very hardcore with revolutionary side of things. Most folks just see him as the great speaker, representing the Islamic or the religious side. But Doc would build with so many brothers underground, man, that some I can talk about and some I just won't talk about. You dig? Um, and even he spoke of it about the brothers with the bow ties, the brothers with the semis, but that was a great honor for me in my life.
Yeah,
Um,
oh, for sure.
and to see folks who soldiered with him turn on his legacy, weaken and cheapen his legacy. It's sad, bro. It's really sad. And there's a lot of them out here.
Hmm. So let's talk about Malik Zulu Shabazz. Should we talk about that or
Woo. Let's
you want?
go.
All
Let's
right.
go.
I figured when you said that, I don't know. It just said, you know what? Maybe
Excellent weeks. Yeah.
let's talk about Malik Zulu Shabazz because I don't understand Malik Zulu Shabazz. I give anyone credit for trying to do this work. However, a person who's a lawyer, I would say, would have more power to do greater things for the people. And I don't see what's going. I don't see. He's been what was he, the national chairman of the New Black
Yes, sir.
Panther Party?
Yes, sir.
And then first of all, I was a part of New Black Panther Party, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot. The program, the teachings. Like I remember going to Divine and Trenton. We went into this. I forgot the name of the place, but we went into this place, and we had to sit down and we had to watch videos. And
Sir, that's divine.
from those videos, it was just like everything just started coming together. And I would go, it would force me to go home and read. Like I would read. We were like real live soldiers. Like the discipline was just, I've
Unreal.
never experienced anything like the New Black Panther Party in my life.
But
It
see,
was
that
such a
was now let me say this,
Mhm.
because everybody in the new Black Panther Party didn't have that discipline. Let me make it very clear. The East region, which consisted of Delaware, Philly, Jersey, and New York,
Yeah.
was the hardest, the absolute most disciplined, and the most hated in the party. Hated because of our discipline. See, and we had to understand, and what a lot of other members had to understand, our dynamics are different. We battle pigs every day. We got to deal with the stressing of the trenches every day. Where you living in the South, you might get a little incident here and there. if you ain't scared. But our dynamics were different, so we always had to beg. But yes, if you was in a class with Divine Allah, oh, you was getting that teaching.
Yes, sir.
If you was in a class with me, you was getting that teaching.
Yes, sir.
There was no play with us, man. None.
So being that the organization was so great, they had so much to offer. What happened? Like
Leadership up. That's what happened.
That's the question I was gonna ask. Like,
I'm not gonna sit here and kowtow with it. When your leadership ain't doing what's right and exact, your followers ain't gonna do what's right and exact. When your leadership is on some, your followers is gonna be on some. That's what happened. Egos.
Exactly.
Buddies.
buddy. Yes, sir. I remember that.
Huh?
I remember that.
That would destroy any organization, man. I've seen so much in the new Black Panther Party, bro. It is ridiculous. But I ain't say nothing. See, because what a lot of people did not realize, pardon me, King Samir was not in the new Black Panther Party for some fame and glory. And I made that very clear, made that very clear. The first day I went to New York City for my very first meeting, I told them, I'm not here to be liked or loved by none of y'all. This is my history. And I stood on that. I didn't let the ego sway me. Because I understood I'm on a mission. And I'm not letting nothing deter me from my mission. But what is your mission, King Samir? To see the blood of my enemies flowing down the streets of America. That is my mission. That is what I was reborn to do. You might call it some payback. Some get back. See, but y'all don't want to have this conversation. You scared of that conversation. So you'll pay $20, $30, $40 to go see two nobody-ass Negroes debate about nothing.
That's a fact. Enough of that. Enough of the debating. I'm not with that. We need solutions.
You'll pay hundreds of dollars to see two debate and go home still empty-headed. Ain't learn a damn thing. And if you learned anything, it's not relevant to our war.
Intellectual masturbation.
Yo, I need a break.
Intellectual masturbation.
Oh,
That's what
man.
Yo,
masturbation. That's all it is.
damn.
So you'll rather sit around and go to a conscious boxing match.
Talk about it. Let it out. Talk about it.
Oh, man.
Hold up. That was funny, Case of Man. You can't lie. That was funny.
No, it's true.
He said a conscious boxing match. Yo, that's how it looked, bro.
It is.
Come on, man.
It looked like a conscious boxing match.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Don King it. Oh man, this person about to go at this brother right here, to watch this doctrine right here.
We don't want to shine our 45s and our 9mm. You don't want to learn how to survive. I have a survival training class, a wilderness survival training class. $300 for a 3-day training. And when I'm done with your ass, you will be certified to teach somebody else. There is nowhere in the world you are going to get a survival training class for 3 days for $300.
No.
That's dope. That's dope.
But King Samir said, hey, I know how much our people need this. So let me make it first and foremost affordable so there's no excuses. Don't you know these made excuses? Excuses. So you still relying on Walmart. You still relying on Kroger's and BJ's and Sam's Club. Let me tell you something. When I said white man, that's what the hell I meant. I'm completely about being self-sufficient, man. So I have 43 chickens. 16 ducks. 4 turkeys. And I'm still building. Got a garden of herbs, vegetables. So now I got my meat and egg production flowing. Got my garden flowing.
Mm.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
You have to be independent from your enemy. Can't talk about being at war with the white man and you still paying rent to the white man. You still paying electric bill to the white man. You still paying gas and oil to the white man. That ain't freedom. I don't give a damn how much RBG gear you got on, goddammit, that ain't freedom. Even if you get 1 acre of land, that's a start. A quarter acre, a half acre, get something. God damn it, even if you got to liberate it. Uh-oh, y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Yeah, let's have it. I'm listening.
I'm talking real liberation here. Not talking about no Hollywood damn movie. We talking about taking what's needed to survive. Didn't America take everything the hell they need? They took your ass, didn't they? But you scared to steal from the white man. That you want to be free. The white man ain't gonna feed you, clothe you, and educate you, and fight you too. Don't you see how they put embargoes on Cuba and certain places in Africa? Why? Because they're the fighters. So we shut down everything. We're not going to give you and fight you. The number one weapon in war is propaganda. The number one weapon in war is propaganda. They told you God was a white man, and look at you. Look at you. Some of y'all got your church clothes on right now. Waiting to see Jesus on Sunday. Look at you. Don't tell me we ain't been propagandized upon. You think your savior is a white man. The same white man who putting bullets in our babies' heads in these streets. You think that's your savior. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight, live and direct on New York Perspective, that is your open enemy today. Treat him accordingly. Give me another question, God.
Well,
Yo, before you go, I have a question.
Oh, you got a question? Damn, I got a lot of questions.
Okay. Being that you was running with Khalid under his tutelage and everything else, I know he was influencing rappers as well, like Tupac. I know Tupac already came as a Panther. He's working with Tupac. Ice Cube, I know they say melted. Ice Cube backed off, but No Limit supported him. And he was working with a few other rappers that was looking into get training and teaching from him.
Scarface.
Yeah.
Scarface? Wow, I didn't know that.
Scarface was one of the biggest supporters of Dr. Khalid, man. Whether y'all know it or not. A lot of people, bro, love Dr. Khalid. A lot of people. But your love shows and proves through action.
Yes, sir. We kind of went off subject on Malik Zulu Shabazz. So how do you see Malik Zulu Shabazz? And I mean, you pretty much said
that. Look, I thought I could skate it away. I'm just playing with you. Listen. I'm gonna make it plain, and I'm not gonna sit here and tickle nobody's ass with a feather. I, King Samir Shabazz, don't mess with Malik Zulu Shabazz.
Okay.
At one point, Malik was a great leader. See, and I know Malik before any of this. Me and Malik go way back to round about mid 80s, round about mid to late 80s. I was in the Nation. We used to do a lot of shows together. He was with a group called the Defiant Giants. I was with a group called 144,000. We used to be on the same rosters of a lot of shows all across America. As a leader, you have a responsibility. And you have to maintain that discipline. You have to maintain that character, that aura. So the people, but not only the people, your soldiers will respect you. Malik has caused himself for a lot of the soldiers to lose respect for him. As I said earlier, there was a lot of mess. A lot. And it trickled down from the leadership to the body. So, as I said, when your leadership is corrupt, when your leadership ain't doing what's right, when your leadership is going against the very manual I sat up for 4 days and rewrote an entire new structure for the new Black Panther Party. Because there was so much nigga mess. And then when you are implied as a suspect in the death of Khalid Abdul Muhammad, when Dr. Khalid was vomiting all over his rug and all over the bathroom floor, Malik came and took the rug, took it, removed it.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to let y'all do the questioning to that.
Why would he remove the rug?
There you go.
Exactly. Removing evidence. Because
This
I
is
heard
why I
the name.
said, when you are implied as a suspect,
Wait, but he was
we
vomiting.
can't act like that didn't happen.
Okay, but he vomited on the rug, right? Dr. Khalid. So, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind would be, okay, he vomited on the rug. Let me clean the rug. And I'm going to put the rug somewhere where it could dry off and, you know, just to get the vomit off.
But the rug was evidence.
Yeah. I heard
The
multiple
rug
stories.
could have been used as evidence from the vomit. We could have found out if there was a poison. We could have found out so much.
Okay, so real quick. So
just by the vomit, G.
Check this out. So when someone vomits on a rug, the first thing I'm going to do is I got to clean the vomit up off the rug because it smells, you know, up the house or what have you. The actual rug was taken off the premises.
Yes.
Maybe it was thrown away because it was vomiting.
It is still in the possession of Malik, Zulu Shabazz.
Can I add something to that, if you don't mind, brother?
Go ahead.
From what I'm hearing from different accounts, they said Khalid, he left the restaurant because he consumed some food and that he vomited for X amount of hours and he was told to be laid back down. Whoever was with him told him to lay back down in the bed instead of getting him help. That's when I was told, from what I heard, you know.
He was having sex with his wife.
Yeah.
He got up out of the bed and started vomiting, shaking profusely. Pooping all over the bathroom floor uncontrollably.
That's poison.
That's interesting.
So, this is why I said I'm going to let y'all do the math to that. But there are other times where Malik has come before the people in my name or claiming to have been representing me the times I've been kidnapped and taken behind enemy lines, claiming to be representing me and was not. There was money raised for me that was stolen by the chief of staff of the new Black Panther Party at that time, Sean Khalid. There was a time, brother, I was left in Africa to be goddamn assassinated in Africa. And Malik walked his ass through that airport corridor and left me in Africa. And had the audacity to tell me, "Oh, brother, don't tell nobody about this." The man has come before the world and claimed that I knew of the agent who set me up and a few others in the new Black Panther Party, that I invited this agent. Well, according to what I've been told, and when I've done my research about this particular agent named Bilal Muhammad, aka Dion White, he was a member of the new Black Panther Party before I joined. Disappeared and came back. But it's just lie after lie after goddamn lie. Do you know I sat in Rikers Island waiting for a bail for the new Black Panther Party to raise. And at that particular time, only one soldier in the city of New York had a job. The entire new Black Panther Party organization raised 300 funky ass dollars.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to tell it tonight. Oh, yeah. It was Panthers who set me up to be held in Rikers Island to begin with. Panthers. Or so-called. Jealous, treasonous Negroes. Do you know how much hate I got when I did the National Geographic piece? Do you know the new Black Panther Party went on a defense against me? That's why I was suspended, y'all. The first time. Yep. Haters. And I'm thinking, well, damn, I'm thinking we fighting the white man. Oh, no. You had those in the party who still love the white man. So much has been done to me, bruh, in the new Black Panther Party, but I kept my mouth shut.
So the first time you were suspended, if you is that the right term? The first time you were suspended, it was because of what was said on the National Geographic's document.
Along with the so-called voter intimidation case.
Yeah, I remember that. So now, wouldn't that be because the new Black Panther Party is connected to the Nation of Islam?
No.
So the Nation of Islam isn't connected to the new Black Panther Party at all?
I won't say connected.
Affiliated.
But like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, in his leadership, there needed to be a unity between the nation and the Panthers. Dr. Khalid was working hard for that unity. When Malik came to us about Minister Farrakhan wanting to sit down with the Panthers, a lot of Panthers was against it. A lot of Panthers was with it. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wanted to put an umbrella over the Panther Party in the 60s. Huey Newton so arrogantly said, basically, F the nation.
Mm.
We don't want nothing to do with the nation. We don't need their help. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad kept on. So, being as though that's what Doc was really pushing for, we went on and said, okay, let us unite, ally with the nation.
Right.
Don't mean we becoming Muslims.
Right. So that's why I'm saying maybe you were suspended because the Nation of Islam don't really advocate talking. No. Okay.
The nation had nothing. They have no word or say in the political stance of the party.
Well, the members, maybe the members are a part of the Nation of Islam.
Well, there were a few, but even still with that, they held no weight in what went on and what, you know, our political stance is.
Gotcha.
Or what?
Gotcha. Okay. And the second time you were suspended, what happened then?
That was because of the actual voter intimidation case.
Gotcha. All right.
But I won the case.
And you won the case.
I won. First revolutionary in history to beat the president in his own game.